Thank you and good morning, members of the press. Well, sincerely apologize for beginning late, but displeasure in the way the country is being run. The Zambian people expected the best from the new Dawn administration, and now it is proven that the breakdown of law and order, Republican president addressing rallies at will at any given point without necessarily following down the laid down procedures. Well, all of us, we are being told not to do so. The democratic tenets of this country are that we attained independence in 1964, and I strongly believe that this month marks the month of our political freedom as a people. It is for this reason that I would like to make a very strong announcement that as New Congress Party, we are going to stand in the next election that are coming. We will go to the General Conference and the party will choose a presidential candidate that will run in the forthcoming general election. My call to all the members of New Congress Party is that it is time that we rise up and put this country in the right path. It is time that we rise up and put this country in the right path. Going by what is prevailing at the moment, I want to state that it is sad that Zambia is degenerating into a police state. It is sad that the party in government is not looking at the effects of the high cost of living. Instead, they are mastering the art of blocking and undermining the democratic tenets of this country. Our call as a party is to ensure that we provide peace, unity, stability, and productivity. When you look at the current state of our economy, we are not in a stable state. When you look at the current state of the country's productivity angle, we don't even know where the next meal is going to come, especially come January. All the maize that was in this grain reserve storages under FRA has been sold. Today, you hear of the people. I watch one program on Prime TV where the people of Shangombo, they do not have food. They are eating wild food. And there has been no response from the office of the Vice President in ShopRite centers. I want to urge the ShopRite General Manager. If you were there in 1990, 1989, people running to queue up for meal in ZCBC. What was the outcome? A riot broke up and people targeted ZCBC shops. So my call to government is that Zambia is a liberalized economy. Why not set up depots within the compounds for ZNS or any other depots where people can access meal in there, whatever. But empowering one company, this shows, and we know this is a South African company. Why ShopRite when we have several other stores? We have Choppies, we have all these. Is ShopRite dotted across the country everywhere? People will now start traveling from elsewhere to go and queue up for meal. The days of queuing up for things are over. So my call is that that decision to award one entity is wrong. So I want to state that we as New Congress Party are not going to sit down and watch this country being taken down. We want to tell the Zambian people that the time for the youths to rise up and begin to register as voters. For those who have not registered, I want you to know that there is a continuous voter registration. For those who do not have NRCs, I want you to know that there are NRCs that you are supposed to do. My request to all the provincial chairman of NCP, begin to do what you are supposed to do. Ensure that the data of our members in all the provinces is taken. For the National Executive Committee, I'll be calling upon you. For those that are not performing, I want to tell you to say, come January, I'll be making serious changes at the party rank, because we are now rebranding the party and positioning it for the election come 2026. I thank you, unless there's a question.
Is the program on the 18th still on?
Unfortunately, the program that we are supposed to have, as at yes, it was supposed to be on the 14th. We are supposed to have a rally, joining hands together with our brother Stephen Nyirenda. Unfortunately, the police rejected. Now, I don't know where the police is getting this authority, because we are supposed to simply notify them. They blocked Freddie Membe in holding a rally in Kitwe last week. They blocked Stephen Nyirenda and us from having a massive rally at Chipata ground this week, which was 14th, on the 14th, on Saturday. The police blocked it. Now, the question is, if President Hakainde Hichilema was not given the leverage of meeting the people and having rallies and meetings, can he be president today? He couldn't have been president if the democratic tenets under the previous regime were shrinked the way they are being shrinked now. My call and advice to the overzealous Inspector General of Police, Bwana Gabriel, you were the best commissioner of police Zambia ever had. You are the last commissioner of police before the introduction of Deputy Inspector General and others. You were the best and the most principled officer. What has befallen you? Who has bewitched you? Who has bewitched you, Bwana IG? Nina nuwa miro watata. Batira we muntu ngole kula nishero na mano yale kulira. Kuno mbefi mwambo kuchita tefusuma. Tefusuma nangu panono. So abena Zambia waletira tuachura tupafula. But allow us to express ourselves as political parties. Allow us to gather as and when we intend to gather. Secondly, lastly, Register of Society. What has befallen? I mean, I fail to understand. Principled people losing principles. Are you now supposed to start dictating on how we should run our political parties when we have our constitutions? Giving us an ultimatum to say in 60 days for those who have not done this, do this. Of course, as New Congress Party, I was elected as president on 9th May. We went to the general conference. We did our provincial conferences. Do you know what it takes to do just one general conference or provincial conference? Do you know how much money is required? Why should you come up today and say for any H10 if you don't go in the next 60 days? Where do you get that ultimatum? Where do you get that authority to give us an ultimatum? My call to Honorable Jack Muim, the Chief Registrar of Society. My call to Comrade Akafumba, the PS Home Affairs, please tame Madam Tandio. We don't want a situation on top of the pain that the Zambian people are going through. Then we have now this other pain of beginning to look for money to begin to hold general conferences, other people. I'm talking on behalf of other political parties that have just been registered today. They need time to do whatever, and then you give all of us an ultimatum. You have our contacts. Why should you publish that in the media? So for me, ladies and gentlemen, our take is that we have begun a rebranding process. We believe Zambia is in a leadership crisis. The Zambian people thought by voting an economist, then they would turn around things. I want to state that Zambia now is looking for a leader and not somebody who boasts to have degrees and to have money and others. For now, I want to state that we are ready to provide that leadership, and we are going to do it in a very democratic way. We will go to the General Conference at the right time, and the party will choose a presidential candidate. It can be me, it can be another person, but let the Zambian people know that January we are launching our Righteous Invasion of Truth campaign, and soon after that, I think before the general election, the Zambian people will be given a presidential candidate that will steer the party to greater heights. I thank you.